All right, welcome to the Men Talk 2 podcast. If you haven't noticed, we ain't got no women on the show.
Back to the OG days. OG
Back
days.
to the OG days. We first started out, man, back in season 1. So it's me and Rick, side by side. We finna do some political commentation. We finna do some sports commentation. And of course, you know I got a story. We talked about this story earlier, but I talked about it at work, but Rick gonna have his say about this too. So
Oh hell.
yeah. So right off the gate, let's do this. Right out the gate, I meant to say, not off the gate, but out the gate. Let's talk about this whole Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese controversy. You can't see me, John Cena, whole 9 deal. Now, here's the thing with me, and
hold
I
on,
have no.
Lee. Hold on. We got to give props because really that ain't the John Cena. That's the Tony Yayo. That's where John Cena got it from.
Okay, well,
Give our culture the props. Give our culture the props.
Yeah.
Because even John Cena say that's where he got it from.
Okay, good deal.
All right, go ahead.
Shout out
my bad.
Mr. Yayo. All right, cool. Anyway, this year, LSU and Iowa, they went to the March Madness Championship for the women. I'm gonna say it's one of the best final women's basketball games, college-wise, I've seen in a while. I'm not that guy that follows sports like college through the regular season, but when it comes down to March Madness, that's when I turn up and start tuning in and seeing, who's doing what. It's huge for as far as brackets is concerned. More men than women, but I'm guessing after this fiasco this year, women's college basketball is going to turn up next year.
Yeah,
I think it's
I'll
going to turn up
agree.
next year.
Cause I don't follow women college. I really don't follow college sports at all, especially not women's college sports. But hey, the hype behind this one, the hype behind it was just like, okay, all right.
So as y'all know, if you haven't been hearing about this, you must have been living out of the country under a rock or whatever. So my LSU Tigers, females, because I'm claiming LSU. I've been claiming LSU for a while now.
Long as I've known you.
Right. They got to the championship game, and they met Iowa, and they did their thing. So here's the problem with the whole thing. You got 2 stars on the team, on each team. Angel Reese, who came over from, I think, Maryland, transferred over to LSU, shined, got to the biggest stage, did her thing. Caitlin Clark, she been balling out since. I actually did a little research on her. She been balling out for a while.
For real.
A long while.
I just heard about her when I think she set a record of so many 30-point games or something.
Right.
Yeah, that's when I first heard.
Like I said, you don't get no traction on stuff like that because it's a women's sport and a lot of people don't follow it. But they did college women's basketball program a huge respect, and they drew a whole lot of attention to the game when they did what they did back and forth. Now, here's the thing. Caitlin Clark, I think she's 20 years old. She's 20 or 21 years old. They comparing her to Steph Curry, female Steph Curry, because she's pulling up from threes from everywhere, which I have no problem with. I have no problem with her game. I have no problem with her knowledge of the game. I don't have no problem with her talking trash because that's what sports is.
We do it on the playground.
We do it on the playground. We do it on the pickup games. I have no problem with that. The problem come in is when a person of color talks trash to Caitlin Clark and gets full-blown Twitter disrespected.
Man, they thrashed her ass.
Thrashed her. They drug her through the mud. They drug her through the dirt. They did everything they could to put this little young lady down. Angel Reese is who I'm talking about. So y'all know. They don't care nothing about each other as far as sports is concerned. They got game. Both of them got game. They went at each other. That's what the 2 best teams do.
Yep.
They go, they play, they get in each other's head or try to, and one survives and one team or one player wins. Jordan did it. Allen Iverson did it. Kobe did it. I'm sure Cyril Swoops did it. I'm sure Lisa Leslie did it. I'm sure Candace Parker is still doing it. What's the problem with women talking trash in sports?
Hey, it wasn't a problem when she did it. It was a problem
It
when
was
Angel
never a
did
problem when Caitlin Clark did this.
Like, let's just be real. It was only a problem when Angel did it to Caitlin Clark.
Correct.
And you
So
know
Caitlin Clark,
you know what it
go
boils
ahead.
down to. You know exactly what it boils down to.
I know. I know
And I hate to
exactly
say
what
it
it boils down
because
to.
you've known me for a long time, Lee. What, 11, 12 years now, something like that.
Right.
And I've always hated to bring up the race card because sometimes we as black people, and I'm using generalization, so everybody don't be like, I don't do it, but we as a whole try to pull the race card on almost everything, even when it's not that. And so to me, when it really is the race issue, it diminishes it because people try to use it on everything. But this was truly a racial issue because it wasn't a problem when Caitlyn did it. It was swag. It was, she got that sauce. She this. But then when Angel did it, it was a problem.
To the person that actually was doing all the talking.
Now,
I don't know, Angel. Here's the thing. I don't know if Angel Reese was doing this throughout the series. I don't know if she was doing it through her when they was coming up to get to the top spot. I don't know. All I know for a fact is that when she saw Caitlin Clark supposedly disrespect the LSU player, hey, you down by 15, shut up. That's what Caitlin Clark told his LSU player. I'm not LSU player, Louisville player. Hey, you down by 15. You need to be quiet. You out of here. Right? But like you said, Rick, and I hate to do this. I really do hate to do this because it's 2023, and I would think the majority of the people in this country would somewhat be over this whole racial thing, even though it has not ever been addressed in life. In my lifetime, it's never been addressed. I hate to do it, but I hate to put race on it, but I think it's a racial issue.
Yeah.
Because if Caitlin Clark can run up and down the court and talk trash and say you down by 15, shut up, be quiet, wave a player off because she ain't got no respect for the girls' game and let her shoot the three and all this sort of stuff. And it's called, like you said, swag. She got that sauce. She, doing her thing, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, when the bully ain't the bully no more, right? Because that's what it sounds like to me on a different childlike scale. It sounds like when the bully ain't the bully no more, everybody want to jump to her defense. All of a sudden, Angel Reese is the girl. I was finna say the guy, but she the girl.
Yeah.
The team is winning. They're killing Owl. Shouts out to Owl. No problem. I'm not putting Owl down.
Yeah.
Shouts out to the program. Shouts out to the coach.
They did their thing. Both teams did their thing. Like both teams was beasting.
Right. But when one prevails over another, like Caitlin Clark and their team, to get to the finals or the championship game, then all of a sudden you got another girl who was. I ain't even say the girl was better. I'm gonna say the team was better
because it's a team sport.
The whole side was better. You know why? Because LSU got depth.
Hey, and the thing about it though, I don't even remember the other girl name. Man, she was draining them damn threes.
Right. 5 for 5, 7 for 7.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know you're talking about the little blonde chick.
Yeah.
She out there shining. They played depth. Like, when Angel and the other girl got into foul trouble, the bench stepped up, came in, shined, and kept them on top. All right? Here's my problem with this. Angel Reese, she go out and play again. She get a chance to come out and do her thing. They up by 10, 15, 20, whatever. Game just about over with. She go in front of Caitlin Clark. Hey, you can't see me, and put a ring on this bitch because that's what's going on. That's what's finna happen.
But both of those taunts is what Caitlyn did to the other people. So she was just giving her back what she gave. And I'll say this: the one thing that I didn't like about it was the fact that she did like run up the court to get in Caitlyn's face to do it. Or I ain't gonna say get in her face, but get in her eyesight to do it to her. Like it wasn't like an intentional, like we right here and then I just hit you with it. She went up the court to get in her eyesight to where she could see her doing it to her. So that is the one thing that I'll say to me did come off. It can make the argument for unsportsmanship, but at the same time, it's like this motherfucker been talking all this trash. I'm finna
all whole year
to everybody.
Everybody got that smoke. And all of a sudden now, Angel Reese from LSU is classless. She ain't got no,
she a thug.
She a thug. She this, she that.
My thing
everything that's negative about
people of
that
color.
A person could be.
People of color
on the platform that she got going on now. She can speak now because she in the highest platform that she can actually get on now. Because ESPN talking to her, Fox Sports is talking to her, all these radio shows she talking to. Everybody, Good Morning America is talking about her. All these folks are talking to her now. So she's using her platform now to say what she got to say, which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But Twitter drug her ass through the dirt. Keith Olbermann, I know you know Keith Olbermann from ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
Glasses, tall, big headed guy with the black hair.
Yeah.
Called Angel Reese a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
In a tweet.
Yeah.
For being that type of way or taunting her or whatever. Why are we not talking about Jordan when he's dunking on folks and he throwing the finger up to Mutombo in front of his face, taunting him? Why we ain't talking about that? Same principle. Same concept. You right there in eye shot.
And the problem, I think part of the problem too is we want our women to be feminine, right? But when you own that, when you step in between them lines, you are no longer feminine. Like if you a baller, you an athlete,
you a baller.
And you a beast. Hey, I don't care because I was telling everybody like Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, like they dogs. Like that's how we talk about our men. So when it comes to sports, I put our women in the same type of category. Like them are dogs when they step on that court.
Because everything goes out the window.
Like when I'm watching a sports game, whether it be men or women, I'm not expecting to see, Prissy running up and down the court with their hand. Right. You know what I'm saying? No. You
girls are
turn into a baller. Y'all, hey, they want to be compared to the men when in they field. So treat them like such when they on that court, but the minute they step off, then they turn back into ladies, in my opinion.
Correct. You get in that zone. You focused. You might be even tunnel vision as far as what you're trying to do in order to achieve the win. That's what it ends up being. All about the win. However you get the win.
Adrenaline is a motherfucker.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. Adrenaline have you out there. Now, let me add on to this. We already know it's a race issue. Dr. Jill Biden said, hey, come on, y'all. Let's all be women. Both teams come on up to the White House. Jill Biden, I love you as a person. I love you as a first lady. But no. Ain't no damn way in hell
you invite the loser.
A losing team comes to the White House. I don't know if she know the etiquette. I don't know if she know the whole the reason why you get to come to the White House. Only winners come to the White House. That's in elections and sports. Only winners come to the White House. Okay, Jill? I don't know if you're going to see this, but if you do, you might want to retract that. Or talk to somebody about that.
Hey, you see
I like the whole participation trophy thing and the one woman thing and the unity and all those stuff, but no, this is not that time.
Fuck that. Even in kids sports, they need to get rid of them damn participation
trophies do not apply.
When I came up, we only got trophies when we won, and it made you want to win and go hard the next year.
Right. Winners and losers.
Let me practice and get ready for next year.
And be better next year. That's it. There's nothing else behind that. I have a problem with Twitter dragging this young black female through the mud because she reciprocated what was done to her. Now, LSU players, well, she said in her own, Angel Reese said in her own mouth, out of her own mouth, I'm representing the SEC. If you do something to the SEC females, which is what she did to South Carolina, so forth and so on, I got to represent for the SEC.
Hey, salute.
So she getting that smoke.
Hey, I love her confidence, her swag. Like,
I love it all because it ain't about her only team. She representing the whole conference.
Like, she like, put it on my back.
Let me get that. Right. Like I said, she only had like 15 points.
Only thing about it though, Lee, I say this. Next year, she gotta stand on it next year. Like don't
next
do,
year.
Like
she
don't
already,
do all
she already
that.
got a target on the back now.
Don't do all that talking this year because you won, and then next year, like, you gotta stand on it. Because they gonna get everybody. Like, she has a target now. So now every time she lose,
got a target on them.
Every time she lose or something, somebody gonna be in doing that type of shit to her. Because like that's the standard now for her.
Caitlin, because Caitlin do the same thing.
Yeah, so that's gonna be the standard.
Well, anytime a team wins the ultimate prize or the ultimate whatever goal or get to the Super Bowl, the championship in the Major League Baseball games and the championships in the basketball game, everybody's gunning for you because they know for a fact most times it's hard to repeat that again and do that all over again.
But what I mean by that is she's, by all the talking she doing now because she won,
right?
It's gonna amplify whenever she lose.
Well, hopefully she has a new season and a new reason to, and a new thing to do next year. Let this lie, win it, let it lie, get all of the exposure you can get from it. Say what you got to say this year, and then get back at it. Get back in the gym. Get back at your program. Y'all formulate a plan and get back to the postseason again. Hopefully that's what happened.
And then
it'd be nice for them to go back to back. That's my LSU girls. I'm all proud about that. Even though I've never went to school, I claim it. Them my girls, them my guys. All that.
You the reason why I like Fournette like I do. You had me watching him some, and like, that's why that's my guy in the NFL, and I'm glad he was able to bounce back and get his.
Correct.
So
moving on. That's my take on the whole.
Hold on, I got one thing for you though. If you was picking a team, who would you pick? Caitlin or Angel Reese, based off their stats. Have you
now based off their individual stats?
Individual stats.
Oh, I'm getting Caitlin Clark every day.
Yeah.
She's putting up 30 and 40 points per game.
And
all day, every day.
And she's giving up. I think her average is like 27.8. Angel Reese's is like 18.
Right.
I think like Caitlin's stats a beast because she's more points, more rebounds, more assists.
Right.
And it's like, for me, it'd be no question,
It's a no-brainer. It's a no question. But if we talking about squads,
but in a team, yeah,
I'm going with LSU all day long. Like I said, they got depth beyond depth.
Yeah.
Girl, like I said, girl came off the bench and waxed that ass.
So I didn't get to, I was working, so I didn't get to watch the full game. I got to watch pieces of it. I watched a lot of highlights, and to me, old girl, the black chick with the blonde, every time she put that thing up, it was
fired that thing up. It
was bow. I was like, damn, like she the one that they should have been talking about.
Well, she only put up, let's see, what's that? 18 points, 5 threes, 18 points. Yeah, but it was critical because Angel and the other girl was in foul trouble.
So, but they go back to the whole depth thing, and that's why people have to understand when it comes to team sports, it's like even the greatest player on the planet can't win by himself.
Correct.
You gotta have depth. You gotta have that squad. So
correct.
Yeah. All right.
So Angel said she wasn't going to the White House because both teams was getting invited. Blah blah blah. That's been cleaned up just recently. I think I saw something earlier today about she changed her mind. She said she's gonna go. And so let's go ahead and put that down in the books too.
I was not invited. So, hey, Joe cleared that up real quick. Like,
right.
No. Hey, that would have caused. Imagine the backlash behind that shit.
Well, it was about to get some traction when both teams got invited.
So, but yeah, thing about it though, the first lady's invite wasn't like a final thing. It was more of, I think we should have both of them come. I think it was more along the lines of, I'm going to talk to Joe about trying to get both teams to come. So, and yeah, that shit by the White House team, that shit got shut down.
Like, real quick.
LSU coming, but I ain't.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
So, close that story out. So let's get to our home state, Tennessee.
Yeah, you're gonna have to school me some on this because I heard about it, but not a lot because it happened a while. Unfortunately, again, I was working.
So, here in this great state of Tennessee, in Nashville, we got
the good old Jim Crow
house.
South.
Yeah. Oh my God. We just talked about the whole issue with the Nashville shooting at the private school. Blah blah blah. This is in protest of gun control, and we had a lot of people go up there and protest at the Capitol. And here's the thing: you got 3 members of the House of Representatives went out and stood with the crowd and said, "Hey, look, we are in protest of the whole let's get gun reform, gun control, gun reform measures. He's advocating for the folks because of the school shooting over in Nashville." So, 2 of the representatives were black and one of them was white. All of them got expelled.
So
well, let me change it. 2 got expelled. 1 just barely missed the cut.
So what, for those people that don't know what them getting expelled mean, what does that mean?
Expulsion. You get put out of the House of Representatives. You can't do nothing. You can't do your job. You can't do what the people sent you to the House of Representatives to do, is speak for them. They got kicked out.
So now people got to revote to put somebody in that seat, or it's just vacated?
Well, the House of Representatives have to have a vote and say, yeah, they can come back in, or no, they can't come back in. And then they have to have a special election saying, hey, these seats are empty. Y'all need to put somebody in. But it don't make sense because the next election is in 2024. Yeah. So you got less than a year now. So it wouldn't make sense to me to kick out 3 or 4 people and then turn around and have an next election and then turn around and then do another election for the new seat when it comes available. So 2 of the members of this, 2 out of the 3 were black. 1 of them was white. 2 were guys. 1 was a lady or a girl, or how you want to look at it. All right. So I hate to put this out there, but and we're gonna go back to your original observation with the whole color thing, race thing. The 2 black men were expelled from the House of Representatives. The female was not white.
I would say shocking, but it's not.
We are talking about Tennessee.
Yeah. And what did I say when you said Tennessee? What was the good old Jim Crow South?
Right. So I'm like, hey, it don't make sense. These are young black men. It's not like the old sitting up in there for been reelected 52 times and they all up in there just hanging out in the House of Representatives. These are young dudes.
Oh, that's
now
why
the female is like 60.
That's why they ain't want there to begin with. First of all, they don't want young people because let's be honest, our politics or politicians don't want change. The system's been working for them because a lot of people just get reelected based off name.
True.
You don't even have to do shit. Like, it's just name.
Yeah.
Like, what was that movie? I don't even remember that movie where dude just ran off the name and he got elected because his name, was familiar.
Oh, you talking about the Eddie Murphy movie?
Was that Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, it was Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, it sure was.
Johnson. Johnson. Yeah.
He got elected because of the name. Didn't have to do
on the name alone.
So and that's how it goes when it comes time to re-election. And the old people don't want the young people in because the young people have different views and ideas now. They not falling in line with, this is how it's been for 70 years. So this is how we going to continue to do it. The young people coming in with vision and they want to try to change things because they see it's messed up and it's not right. And it's like, if we don't fix it now, it's never going to get fixed.
True. Now, of course, they got to have a vote to get them back in. I'm thinking that's going to happen sometime next week.
But shit, if they kicked them out, they definitely ain't finna vote them back in.
Well, they got to. They got to take care of business. They still got to. If they don't vote them back in, they got to have a special election to vote somebody to take their place.
Oh, okay.
So they got to have a vote to say, yeah, we're gonna put them back in, or no, we don't want them back.
If you say no, then somebody got to take their place so that the numbers match up. And so
correct. They're not gonna have no empty seats up in there.
Okay, ever. So by being so close to a new election, they really don't. And the thing about this will actually probably bring out more young voters for those people. Because a lot of don't get me wrong, I'm pro-gun. I love my guns, all that. But a lot of the younger crowd wants the stricter gun control because they feel like people feel like guns are the problem. And honestly, I'm one of them. A gun don't shoot itself. The person with the gun is really the problem. But I do understand that there are some guns that all I own is handguns. Like, I feel like I don't need an AR. Like, I can't just go out. I don't live on the property to where I can have a shooting range in my backyard so I can just go out there with the AK and have fun. If you got that kind of property, I understand, hey, you want to go out there and just be able to have fun with it. I get it. But I don't have to live on that kind of property, so all I have is handguns, easier to tote around, go to the gun range with for me. But it's personal one of those. Right. So I do understand a lot of younger people want the gun controls like what it was. What was that, Bush or Clinton that did that back in the 90s?
I forget which one it was.
Yeah,
the
but
assault rifle ban thing.
Yeah. One of them, and then I think it ran out during Obama's term, or was something it like that? I think Bush Jr. One of them. One of them. But yeah. So either way, so the ban hadn't been gone for too long. So I don't know. It's crazy, but I think that'll be a good thing for those representatives because it will definitely get them more votes. Because if that was their stance to begin with, then they wasn't voted in by the people that didn't, that are pro-gun to begin with.
So let me give you the names of the people that got kicked out. Representative Gloria Johnson, Representative Justin Jones, black guy, and the other guy's name is Representative Justin Pearson. All these three two out of the three got kicked out. They couldn't talk about it on the floor. They anything they said anything about it. Anytime they talked about gun violence or gun reform or whatever, the mic was cut off. They couldn't address it for the House to hear. Evidently the House didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to talk about it, even though this is fresh. The 9 people got killed, or 6 people got killed. 3, 1, 2, 3.
I think it was 6.
6 people. 6 people got killed. They talked about it starting the next day after it happened, and they didn't want to hear it. Nobody wanted to talk about it. Nobody wanted to address it. Nobody wanted to say, hey, we need to do something about, gun control, gun reform, or gun whatever. And they didn't want to hear about it.
You know why, though? When it comes to Capitol, I'll say Washington, because I don't know about on the state level, but I'm sure it still all trickles down. But, there's the big 3. You got the NRA, lobbyists, like they got big money. So, we know how, everybody know how politics works. So you got the NRA, you got the tobacco industry, and then you got big pharma.
Oh, you got oil too.
And oil. So those are like the major four that they put that money out there to get stuff done for their interests.
Yeah.
So anything when it comes to political and politics and all that stuff, like you touch any of those four, the people that are really taking that money don't want to talk about it, because even if they are against it, they can't say it because they're taking that money. That money is what is getting shit done.
Yep. In life.
And it ain't in our favor. When I say our, I mean middle to low class. Like, it ain't for us.
I agree. So here's what's happening now. They've been taken off the website. You can't find them. You can't look them up. You can't do nothing with these guys. When they say they removed them, they removed them.
They erasing their ass from history.
Justin Pierce is 28 years old. Two of the youngest representatives in the House of Representatives in Tennessee. Youngest.
That's what's up.
The other guy is I think he's 27. Yeah, 27. He's 27. So 27, 28-year-old guys. Youngest ones in the House of Representatives.
Oh, and he got a fro?
Yeah, you seen him?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he know he fucked up the begin with. First day they seen that motherfucker walk in, he was like, oh yeah, hell, we gotta find a way to get this nigga out of here.
Yeah, they've been removed from the floor. They were removed from the House of Representatives. You can't find them. They got to have a vote, like I said, in order to get them back in office. And they just started, I think, this year. They just got started this year. So that's a nice way to start out your political career, by getting kicked out of work. Damn near fired. That's actually what it is. You got to have a peer review to get back in.
Yeah. They got fired, basically.
That's exactly what it is. Now I look at it and think about it. You got fired.
Oh, so one got a fro, the other one got long hair. Yeah, they definitely don't want them in there. Because you know they ain't falling in line. Yeah.
The female is 60 years old.
I was about to say, she looked like an older white woman
for a while. And she didn't get kicked out.
What's that? Things to make you say,
There's nothing to say about this. So and here's a little history on the whole thing of expulsion of state representatives in our state alone. Prior to this incident here, it was 2 representatives that were kicked out of the House of Representatives. One of them was found guilty of taking money or bribes.
So you should have been kicked out.
You should have been kicked out. And the latest one recently was back in 2016. That was what, 7 years ago? Yeah, 7 years ago. Was kicked out over sexual harassment allegations. We don't know if it's true. We don't know it's not true, but allegations.
I hate the fact that allegations will fuck a motherfucker up.
Allegations can get you right.
It's nothing to say this person touched me and then find out the shit ain't true.
You lose everything.
I'm gonna lose everything just because this motherfucker. And I don't know. I guess I feel passionately about that because I had, one of my workplaces had a chick tell the boss on me that I was harassing her, and it's like, what? Like, what? No. If anything, she was telling me how soft her ass is and all this and that, and it's like, so I felt like this. Had that shit gone to HR, you know what I'm saying? I could have been in some serious shit, but luckily I still had the messages where she's sending me shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I wasn't even sending her nothing. Like, whenever I was playing off what she sent me. So it's basically she initiated all that, but that shit could have caused trouble for me, embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that shit. Because how embarrassing would that shit have been? And
that's the whole reason behind it, though.
For the shit to not even fucking be true. So I really feel some type of way when the motherfucker be like, yeah, all right, show me the proof and I'll ride with you. If you got proof, I will ride with. But allegations, like, look at the Michael Irvin shit.
Right.
got kicked off of announcing the Super Bowl, as a sports commentator, the biggest fucking job you can fucking do, and you got kicked off because allegations that came back and said it wasn't true. I would have sued that motherfucker for every dollar I lost. My bad. I went on a rant because I feel some type of way when it comes to allegations. Because
right, versus actual proof.
Yeah, show me the facts.
Right. So let me clarify a little bit because I think I said it backwards. So since it's more than 12 months away from the next general election, which would be in November of 2024, a special election has to be held in order for them to fill their seats. Now, you got a couple of groups from each county that they came from can say, hey, look, yeah, we want them to come back and do their thing, but they got to vote on it. They had special meetings, all this old crap. So hopefully the Democratic Party will step up and say,
we riding with our people.
We riding with our people. We hope. But that might not be the case, but we don't know for sure. But we'll find out more about this stuff as it progresses and unfolds and all that good stuff. But going back to the original statement, there is color involved. And I hate to say it, but it's true. And it's blatantly obvious that there is color involved. This 60-year-old white lady, she didn't get expelled. She did just as much yelling and supporting and fists in the air and standing arm in arm with the young representatives as they did. But she didn't get kicked out. I'm just saying. I hate to put color on it, but damn it, when you only got two crayons, one is black and one is white, come on now. You got to call it for what it is. Kamala Harris was in the area. She went down to Dalton, I think, earlier this week to say a speech on something about the new warehouse or plant somewhere down in Dalton that they're doing the green initiative. I think they're doing building solar panels or something like that. Well, she made a quick trip up to Nashville to address that issue as well. I didn't get a chance to listen to her speech or if she said anything publicly about what was going on with this situation here. But I'm pretty sure since she's the vice president of the United States, she probably had something to say. But I don't know. I haven't seen anything about it. But if we do find out about it, we'll probably play it next week. We might revisit this a little bit next week, but be on the lookout for that. So yeah. But you got everybody speaking up now for the black representatives that come up. Of course, the American Civil Liberties Union, they talking about them. Of course, NAACP are talking about them. People in the Democratic Party are starting to come out now and say, hey, that shit wasn't right. It ain't fair. It's a lot of people starting to step up and say something now since it's people of color getting kicked out of their job and they can't do their job for the people that they represent who actually voted them in. That's the problem. You got representatives coming from counties going to the state saying, hey, look, my county needs this. I'm the voice for my county. I'm the voice for my city. They getting kicked out, so now they have no representation. That's the major problem. The secondary problem is that you got two black guys that got kicked out, and the white lady didn't get kicked out. So that's the way I look at it. My people have no voice on whatever's going on in the state right now. Y'all need to put somebody in there from my county to represent us. Secondary is, hey, we black, she white, we got kicked out, she didn't. That's the way I look at it, because I like to have representation, because I don't want nobody getting voted over, stuff brought in without nobody saying something about it or objecting to it or saying I agree with it. That's the whole policy of voting in the first place. We got to have representation. Now, the side thing is, yeah, she black. Oh, she white and they black. That's the side thing for me. I would rather go that route and play that card before the color card, but that's not the case. That's not the case at all. It's always color first and then representation second. But we'll see what happens. So let's talk about this story. I was telling. Did I tell you a little bit about it, or do you know about it?
What's
Did
that?
I say anything about it? Okay. Uh, how long does a lie last?
Hey, we
How
might need
long
to
does a
do a
lie
whole
last?
nother
How long can you
whole
lie?
nother episode about that, because boy, we can go on about that one forever.
How much time we got?
Huh? I mean, we already, we getting deep in it. We like 42 minutes.
Okay. So I'm gonna cut it off right here, and we're gonna talk about how long can a person lie and continue to lie on the next show, and maybe we'll have the girls back. My bad, the ladies back, and we can see what they got to say about it too. But
Yeah, they gonna turn us loose.
I'm sure they are, because it's amazing to me that a person can lie and continue this lie for months
Shit, never mind.
and get
I'm
away
gonna
with it.
save my comment till we really do it.
Yeah, we're gonna visit this next week. Uh, let me say this. Big shout out to the lady. She just had a birthday. She's like 90 years old. Carol Burnett. That's her.
Man,
I
she
used to watch
still
her when I
alive.
was little. She's 90 years old, and she's still doing her thing. So Carol Burnett, big shout out to you. Happy birthday. And anybody that's celebrating birthday this month, happy birthday as well. Yeah, that's all I got, man. I mean, I was gonna talk about something else, but like I said, we getting deep into it, so I ain't gonna stretch this out no longer. 40 minutes is good enough. Next week like I said, we'll come back and say something about this whole story that I'm gonna tell y'all about, and the panel about, and we're gonna discuss it in detail. I'm sure Alasia probably won't, because she'd be like, man, I just don't understand how you can blah blah blah. Why we talking about this blah blah blah? But it might be funny, it might be serious. You never know. It might trigger somebody. You never know. But we'll find out. So with all that being said, y'all be good, be safe. Hey, be somebody's person. I'm gonna say this every time we get off the show. If you are a person that needs counseling, go get counseling. If you are a person who is listening to a person that needs help and it's too deep for you, please direct them toward counseling. Okay? It's a must. We trying to
Stop,
help folks now.
stop making people feel like
It's
they're
normal.
less than because they need help.
Right.
It's normal. It's better to get help than to go shoot up a fucking school
Correct.
or a
Or
workplace
blow up something. Or
yeah.
run over somebody. Or have road rage or anything like that. Violence is never the key. So be that person's person. If they don't have the wherewithal or the attention span to go do it themselves, be that person's person. Go talk about it for them. And hopefully direct them toward that. All right. Y'all be good, be safe. We're gonna holler at y'all next Thursday. Peace.